Hello YouTube, Joseph Crackmore here, and we are finally getting started with my 100 building deck series. Yeah, let's talk about how this is gonna go. So, I make a certain amount of deck videos at a time. Maybe I'll do at least, like, I'll take a little break after 10, because at the end of 10, I'll do, like a top 5 out of those 10 decks, in my opinion, what those top 5 would be out of the 10. And then before I do any more posting of videos for decks, I would do some duels with them. Timmy, shh! No disturbing me, remember? Got it? Don't mind him. It's just the way he is. Okay. First deck, Synchrons. Complete Synchro deck, except for one card, but you'll see why soon. So let's get started with monsters. We have 3 copies of Junk Synchron. Now, a little note before we get started, which I already did, so whoops. A little note before we get started, these are none of my original ideas. I'm taking ideas from other people and changing cards and changing out different alternatives. So this was one of Galactagod's last synchro builds before he stopped making Yu-Gi-Oh videos. If you know who he is, yeah, that's great. If you don't, I'll have a link in the description for that original video. By the time this video goes up, I'll make sure there's a link, because at the time of this recording, I will not have a link. But Junk Synchron's back to the deck. Junk Synchron's a really good card. When you normal summon him, you can target a level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard and summon it. You can easily get a level 5 or level 4 synchro monster with that right away, so that's a good card. And next we're playing 3 copies of Quick Draw Synchron. Quick Draw Synchron is another good card, allowing you to special summon it from your hand by discarding a card from your hand to the graveyard. So like a Level Eater or a Tuning Ware or Quibble Hedgehog is a really good choice. Then you can bring those back from the graveyard and do another cool synchro summon. And you know what's cool about this guy? You can substitute this card for any Synchron monster that lists a Synchron monster as material, meaning so Junk Warrior requires Junk Synchron plus some non-tuners. Well, you could use this guy instead to get Junk Warrior out. As an example. Next, one of our newer cards, 3 copies of Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron, another really good card that they added, is a level 1 tuner. So if this card sent from the graveyard as Synchron material, you can add 1 Junk monster from your deck to your hand, meaning just a Junk Synchron. And this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to summon this card, and then banish it when it leaves the field. And basically, that's a really good card. Also giving us another cool Synchro monster, which is in this deck. Next, we have 1 Synchron Explorer and 2 Synchron Carriers. Now, I play Synchron Carrier because as long you can normal summon twice with this thing, basically. And that's even better, especially with special summons in this deck. You can barely normal summon a card, so this guy allows you to do that twice. And it also says, if another Synchron monster is sent to the graveyard Synchron material, you can summon a Synchron token. And tokens can be used for Synchron summons as long as they have level 1, and Synchron Explorer is a basic normal summon. You can target a Synchron in your graveyard and special summon it, basically Junk Synchron, but, you know, it targets only Synchron monsters. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Tuning Ware. Tuning Ware is still a good card. You can treat it as a level 2 when used for Synchro Summon, and if it's sent to the graveyard for Synchro Summon, you can draw a card. That's always nice to draw. Then we have 3 Level Eater. Three Level Eaters are nice. Just playing 3 is just a good. So, yeah, that's great. Allowing you to target level 5 on the field to reduce its level by 1 to special summon this card. That allows you to get off some of the big cards in this deck, and I'll show those off in a bit. We're almost done with our monsters, because now we have 2 Doppel Warrior and 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veilers are hand trapped to, you know, negate stuff, and Doppel Warrior is just another good warrior to search for a card we'll get to in a minute. And my last monster is Quibble Hedgehog. Galactagod had this in one of his Synchron videos, but he took it out in his most recent one because I don't know why. He had Max C's, and I don't have Max C's. And Quibble Hedgehog is just such an underrated card. It is so good. as long as you have a tuner on the field and is in your graveyard, you can automatically special summon it from your graveyard. But then when it leaves the field, you banish it, but who cares? And that'll do it for the monsters. For spells, I'm playing 3 tuning and 1 reinforcing the army. So your searchers, search for Synchron monsters and search for warriors. This only targets Junk Synchron and Doppel Warrior, which we just covered. Sorry for the redundancy. Next, we're playing 3 Machine Duplication. At first, I was like wondering, why did Galactic God choose Machine Duplication of anything? But I was realizing, I have a Quibble Hedgehog in this, but he didn't. That's 1 extra target. We also have Tuning Wear and, I'm trying to think of something off the bat. Synchron Explorer, Jet Synchron, Quick Draw Synchron. So just all the search for Machine Duplication to get 2 more on that field. Next, we're playing 2 Allure of Darkness. Having a Dark Monster in your hand in this deck is so easy. Doppel Warrior, that's already 2. Level Leader, that's another 3, and Junk Synchron is another 3. So you have at least like 7 options for Allure of Darkness. Next, we're playing 2 Instant Fusion, and you'll see why when we get to the extra deck, why we're playing an Instant Fusion. Next, playing 1 Soul Charge, 1 Mind Control, 1 for 1, and a Foolish Burial. Now all of these have purposes. Soul Charge is to get cards back from the graveyard by paying life points. Mind Control is to take control of one of your opponent's monsters. 1 for 1 is to get a level 1 monster from your hand, or to summon a level 1 monster from your hand or deck by discarding a card from your hand to the graveyard. And Foolish Burial is just to send a monster from your deck to the graveyard. It's always nice. And that'll do it for the spells. Our traps, just 1 trap like he did. Jar of Avarice. Target 5 cards in your graveyard and shuffle all 5 into your deck to draw a card. That's nice. Whatever. Okay. On to our extra deck. For our fusions. Exactly. Playing 1 Elder Entity Norden. That's where the instant fusion comes into play. Play this. Pay 1,000. Summon Norden. Use his effect. Use him for material, but when it leaves the field, it's banished. But who cares? It helped you get out a card to help you summon stuff. But moving on to our synchro portion, which is basically the whole point of this deck. It won't work with link format, but who flipping cares? If you play online only, you can choose your rules. For synchros, we're playing 2 Formula Synchron, because of tight space and extra deck. A Tsukanoko, an Acel Synchron, and a Phonon Pulse Dragon. All 5 of these cards are your tuner synchros. So if you want to summon Quasar or Blazar, if you have that card, you need one of these on your field, no matter what. Moving on, we have Jet Warrior. Nice card, especially if you have a Jet Synchron on the field. But of course, you can bypass that with Quick Draw Synchron. Next, I have a TG Hyper Librarian. Always nice to be able to draw a card for Synchro Summoning, as long as that card is on the field. And you get a card when Formula Synchron's summoned. So that's nice. Next we have a Junk Gardener. I know, right? He's like, what? Junk Gardener? Why not Drill Warrior? Like, I get that a lot. I hear people say, play Drill Warrior more. But Junk Gardener has a good effect with defense. I even saw the movie which he came from. Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie Pack, meaning Bonds Beyond Time. Sure, it was the only other card besides those stupid Malefics that were in the pack, but Junk Gardener is still a good card. Next, we're moving on. Since this is a newer build, I'm playing the Clearwing Synchro Dragon. I know people are like, what? Why Clearwing and not Crystal Wing? I don't own a Crystal Wing, and it's expensive. This thing only costs $7 on Amazon. Crystal Wing costs $40. I'm not spending that kind of money on that card. I'd rather spend that kind of money on number S39 Utopia the Lightning or something. Moving on to one of my more recent adds to the deck. Never thought I'd do this, but 1 Stardust Dragon. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't play a Synchro deck and not have a Stardust Dragon? That's like the... To me, shh! Please stop. Please. Yeah, you'll hear that a lot. It's nothing I can do about it. He's autistic. Put a heart on your comment if you support my brother's problems. Okay. Playing a Stardust Dragon. I know. I didn't think I would play this, but not many people realize that you can still get a really cool Stardust Dragon on your field. Next we have Road Warrior, so both of these are level 8s, so they're kind of high to summon, but with playing this deck correctly, you'll be getting there quickly. Next we have 3 cards left, and they're their boss cards of the deck. And you'll see why I'm playing one of them soon. Trishula, just a nice banishing effect from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. Shooting Star Dragon, and Quasar. The reason for Shooting Star Dragon is 1, it's a level 10 Synchro, so getting it out with all these other cards will be easy. But Quasar, if you read Quasar's last effect, if it can even focus, it says you can special summon 1 Shooting Star Dragon from your extra deck when this card leaves the field. And playing a Shooting Star Dragon is only the logical thing, so you can actually take advantage of that effect. So there you have it, YouTube. That is my Synchron deck profile. It's the first of 100. I'm sure this will get a lot of support, and not many people will actually approve of the idea, but I'm starting a series. Why not continue? It's only the first video. And come on, MVP of this deck has got to be Stardust Dragon. Come on. He's the MVP. So, as always, I'll see you all in the next video, which will probably be the next deck. I'll give you a hint right now. It's machines. They have 9 monsters in their series. 4 of them are pendulum monsters, and they can do an awesome OTK. That's all I'm saying. You can figure it out and put it in the comment section. So great, I'll see you all in the next video, just to kill a few seconds to make it 12 minutes. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.